In this episode, you'll see how the nodes you've learned so far can come together in one complete project, from references to a finished 4K promotional video. Our piece follows a young woman who shapes her own surfboards in her own shaping room. So instead of focusing on one node in isolation, we'll use many of them together. Let's begin with the character. We add 3 visual references showing the kind of surfer we want. Then we connect them to an assistant and ask for a prompt based on those references. We want an athletic surfer girl, blonde with wavy hair, wearing a black swimsuit, photographed on a plain white background with clean studio light. Once the assistant gives us that prompt, we send it into an image generator and create our character. Now we already have the person we'll build the whole piece around. At this point, there is one extra step that helps a lot with consistency. We create a profile sheet. The idea is very practical. Instead of reconnecting separate images of the same model every time, we create one single sheet containing multiple views of her. That gives us a stronger consistency anchor and keeps the workflow simpler later on. We already have a template prepared for that sheet, with full body front and back views, plus front and side views of the face. So we connect our character and the profile sheet reference to another image generator and ask it to recreate that same structure using our own model. Now we have our character sheet ready. Next, we create the surfboard. We follow the same logic as before. We upload references, connect them to an assistant, and ask for a prompt for a retro longboard in turquoise tones, with pastel colours and an elegant design, photographed on a white studio background. That prompt goes into an image generator, and now we also have the board. At this point, we already have 2 essential elements: the girl and the surfboard. Now we need the place where she works, so we repeat the same process to create the shaping room. We upload 3 references of workshops we like, connect them to an assistant, and ask for a prompt for our own shaping room. We want the framing to follow one of those references: surfboards along one side, shaping tools on the opposite wall, and indirect white tube lighting under the side shelves. That prompt goes into an image generator, and now we have the environment where the story will happen. This is also a good moment to organise the canvas. Since the workflow is starting to grow, we can group these sections and name them clearly. For example, character, surfboard, and shaping room. Giving each group a different colour makes the whole space much easier to read as the project becomes more complex. Now let's create the still images that will serve as references for our clips. We begin with the first shaping room shot. We take the shaping room image, duplicate it so it sits closer to this part of the flow, and use that copy simply to keep the canvas easier to follow. That step is optional, but here it helps keep everything visually closer together. Then we connect that shaping room image and the character sheet to a new image generator. The prompt asks for our girl inside the shaping room, shaping the longboard, wearing a short denim overall over the swimsuit, with a close framing on her hands and face, and a Kodak-style 35mm texture. We generate, and that gives us the first key image for the video. For the next shot, we want something much more detailed. A macro view of the sandpaper working against the board while the foam dust flies. So this time we use an assistant again. We describe that shot in natural language, let the assistant turn it into a stronger prompt, and send the result into another image generator. As a reference, we also connect the shaping room image we just created, so the overall tone, lighting, and visual direction stay consistent. Now we have a second image. For the third, we want another moment of her working on the board. So we open one more image generator and connect the character sheet, the shaping room image, and the first shaping shot. This gives the model enough information to preserve the environment, the wardrobe, and the overall colour logic while creating a new composition. Then we generate again. And now we have another shot for the sequence. For the fourth one, we want a close tactile moment. A macro shot of her hand gliding along the board to check for imperfections. So again, we use an assistant to turn that natural language description into a polished prompt, connect it to a new image generator, add the previous image as a reference, and generate. With that, We now have enough shaping room stills to build the first part of the story. Next, we want a final reveal. She comes out of the cabin holding the finished surfboard. So first we need the cabin itself. We take a cabin reference we like and connect it to another image generator, together with the character sheet and the surfboard image. The prompt asks for a front view of the cabin, with the girl standing in front of it, holding the board vertically, barefoot, wearing denim overalls, in a relaxed outdoor setting. This will become our final reveal frame. And if there is something in the image we do not want, like the shoes visible on the right side, we do not need to regenerate the whole thing. We can simply open the editing panel and remove them using the tools you already know, like retouch or edit. Now we also need the start frame for that sequence. The same cabin, but with the door closed, and without the girl or the surfboard. So we open another image generator, connect the final cabin image, and ask for the exact same scene without the girl and board, with the cabin door closed. Now we have both ends of that action, the start image and the end image. With all of our stills ready, we can move into video. For the first clip, we take our main shaping room image and connect it to an assistant. We ask for a Sea Dance 2.0 prompt in English, describing the girl sanding the rail of the surfboard inside the shaping room. The assistant returns the motion prompt. We connect that to a video generator, connect the image itself as the start image, choose 5 seconds, keep the resolution at 720 to generate faster, and run the node. That gives us our first clip. For the rest of the shots, the process is the same. We use assistants to help write the movement prompts, connect those prompts to video generators, connect the corresponding stills as start images, and generate the clips. The only special case is the cabin sequence. There, we use both images. The closed cabin goes into start image, and the final reveal with the girl and the board goes into end image. That way, the motion lands exactly where we want it to end. Once all the clips are generated, there is one very common next step. We trim them. Maybe the useful part is only 1 or 2 seconds long. So we create media extractor nodes and connect each video to its own extractor. Inside the timeline, we select only the ranges we want, run the node, and a list is created automatically with the trimmed result. If we selected more than one range from the same clip, all of those trimmed parts will appear inside that list. We repeat this process for all the videos until we only have the useful moments. Then we create a video combiner and connect all those lists to it. As soon as they are connected, the clips appear in the combiner timeline. If one of the lists contains several cut pieces, but we only want one of them, we simply deselect the others. Otherwise, they will all be added to the final sequence. From there, we can reorder the clips by dragging them forward or backward until the montage makes sense. Now the whole edit is assembled. But remember, we kept the generation at 720 to work faster. So now we upscale the combined result. We connect the video to a video upscaler, choose Magnific Precision, set the target to 4K, and run the node. Now the video is ready. We only need the music. So we open a music generator and write a simple prompt for this test. Here we are looking for a short, dreamy alt-pop track with an immediate hook, soft rhythm, warm low end, delicate acoustic touches, and a polished editorial mood. If you do not know how to write that prompt, remember that the assistant is always there to help. We go to the options below, choose the model, and set a duration that matches the video length. Then we click Generate. Once the music is ready, we open another video combiner, connect the upscaled video and the audio, and generate. Now we have the full finished piece. A complete promotional workflow built from references, images, videos, trimming, assembly, music, and final upscaling. What matters here is seeing how all these nodes work together in one connected system. Now it's time to build your own. See you in the next episode.